what kind of action would you see then happening? Can we expect sort of more strike action? I mean, how, if this does go ahead, what advice can you give to the consumer? I mean, what can we expect to happen to try and sort of manage this sort of crisis?
Well, the only way for consumers to manage this, first of all, is to draw up a budget and to stick with that budget and to make provision for these price increases and to know that these price increases are coming. And then also for them to know their rights and know where to go if they do find themselves in a situation where they cannot afford to pay back their creditors on a monthly basis. That's why the National Credit Act is there, providing debt counselling for consumers. And, debt counselling has been very successful over the past couple of years, and it's grown a lot. And we've managed to help thousands of people who's over indebted, and we're helping them to become debt-free without losing their assets, and at the same time, obviously, to have enough money to pay for their living expenses.
Neil, then what do you think the best solution then is to, I mean, obviously Eskom are indebted themselves, they have huge costs to cover. What is the solution then without stinging the consumer?
Well, exactly what you said now. We feel that Eskom must rather try and run their company better, if I can put it that way, and save money that way, rather than nailing the consumer. The consumer cannot, solve all Eskom's problems. Unfortunately, they would at some stage have to look at themselves and see what they can do internally to solve this problem.
And do you think that that's possible? I mean, is it maybe a little bit too little, too late?
It might be. It might be too late and a bit too little, but I think that's where one should start, internally, rather than looking for external solutions. And, there are obviously, there's a lot of possibilities, like getting in external sources of power to help the grid and so on. But at this stage, unfortunately, it looks like Eskom is just not open for help from the outside.
And then final question, Neil, I mean, I'm sure, a large portion of the public will, although it's inconvenient, will be able to absorb sort of these living cost increases. But what percentage of the South African public will not be able to absorb this tariff hike?
Well, to give you an idea, almost half of all credit active consumers are over indebted. So we can say for sure that half of the credit active consumers will not be able to absorb this tariff increases. And we also see on a daily basis people who are in a position to pay their monthly credit providers and installments, they can just not make it anymore. So there's a lot of people who's going to be pushed over the edge because of these price increases.